Prepare yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
Ooh, that's spooky stuff there, Mac.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah. Hey, guys, this is Eric and Mac with Indie Invasion, and welcome back for another dive into Reign in Hell. Now, today we're going to look into the factions or the philosophies basically make up your cabals.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we did a little bit of a dive into the lore, give you an overview. But before we get into today's part, if you guys could please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff to help us out on the channel grow, we'd appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, last time we went a little bit into the lore to give you guys a taste. Now, we didn't go deep into it because we kind of wanted to leave a little bit there for you guys to discover on your own. You know, we don't want to
go buy the book,
support, you know, Snarling Badger. This was kind of their COVID project that they put out. And they actually have the book is down right now, right, Mac? Because they're kind of tweaking it. There are some.
No, I think it's already back up. I'm not 100% sure. I know that they initially took it down, but I think it's back up. So
okay, and that you can find that here. We'll put the link there. If you go to snarlingbadgers.com, Reign in Hell, they actually have a link that goes to, oh, what is it?
Drive-through RPG, wargame vault, all those.
Yeah. So it's a direct link that you can just download it if you just want the PDF, or they had a deal. You know, we jumped on it early enough, got the PDF and the book. And I actually just finally got the book this weekend. So
yay.
I am all set. But enough blabbering about that stuff. So let's get into what it takes to make your little faction, what you're going to play with. They call them your cabals in Reign in Hell, right?
your little faction. You make them sound so cute.
Well, I mean, you're only using, it's a max 10 models. So it's kind of very traditional skirmish game where you don't have a lot. Yeah. But there's more that goes into it. I mean, you're going to make up your cabal of, you know, your leader, which you have 3 different types to pick from, right?
Yep, 3 types of leaders.
Well, I'm trying to remember. One's a warrior, one's a zealot, and what's the third one? I'm blanking on.
I don't remember, but you know, I do have my book right here in front of me. If I can get it out from underneath all the cords.
Schemer. That's the other one.
Now, on that, quick correction on that, on Wargame Vault, it is only still the PDF right now. They don't have the print copy back up right now. So if you are wanting the print copy, you'll have to wait, and you can follow Snarling Badger on Twitter. That's what it says right on the website. So I'm assuming that that's where they're really updating that, hey, we're ready to put the book back out, or what have you. So
ready for sale. Corrections made.
Track them there.
But so we have your leader, you have your 3 types, and then you also have your devout, which both of those are free.
Yep, leader and devout.
When you're looking at the points value for what you're going to do, whether it's a one-off, if you're looking to start your campaign where they kind of earn as you go, you could earn like special essences or relics and stuff like that. And the other ones is your minions, right? So you have those.
Now, wait a minute. Can you just say minions, or do you have to do like a when you say minions? I think there's an unwritten law that you have to do that when you say that word.
Well, I think these ones are a little more gross than our banana-looking friends.
Maybe.
But those are made up of lesser, greater, and superior. Now, Mac, you just trying it out, you and Seth basically just threw everything in the kitchen sink in there, right?
Yeah.
Just
So
to try them out.
we took a superior demon, a greater demon, our leader, devout, and then lesser demons. But that was really just because we wanted to see what the other stuff could do. And then when we start our campaign, he's already rebuilt his cabal. I still have to rebuild mine, but we're just going to have leader, devout, and then all lesser minions.
Okay. So that way, as you're playing through the campaign and you earn experience points, then they kind of have that level up type of thing.
Yeah. So they go from being the puny nothing to,
you
know.
I'm hungry. Get in my belly.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So and basically the philosophies are just it's the goal that they're after, and you kind of heard what that was in the beginning there, but we'll kind of recap that one. So now you make you made an Earthbound and a Judges, right?
Yes.
Cabal. Okay, so the first one we'll talk about, the Lords of Hell.
Okay.
We actually haven't made one of those yet. Neither one of us has made one of those yet. So
I came close. I mean, it sounds interesting. When you pick your philosophies for your cabals, they all have, those little special things to them that, different game elements that, you get a different leader bonus, you get a different cabal bonus that, usually affects all your demons in your little group that you're playing with. But yeah, let's look at the first one. There's 6 different philosophies here, guys, so there's plenty to pick from. The first one, let's go ahead and dive into it, Mac. Lords of Hell. Now the Lords of Hell, they're kind of overall play belief, the way that they work is they're fighting to restore hell back to its glory days, and the old ways, because like we mentioned in the last episode where we went an overview of the lore, hell is basically cut off from Earth. So they have no way to, get more souls. And all of a sudden there's just all these different factions and beliefs spring up, and they're fighting for, okay, this is how we're going to run hell, or this is how we're going to do it. So there's lots of different, big boss demons, because the big guys they're gone. Yeah. So somebody's trying to take control, and this is what they see as the way to run hell.
Yeah. And when I read through all of the different factions, I kind of I could visualize these when I was thinking about picking models. So when I was reading through Lords of Hell, I'm thinking of the ones that are these big, giant, almost majestic type demons that are super powerful. Yeah, real classic. Or even some of the human looking ones, maybe with just demon wings and stuff like that. Maybe the big sword. That's kind of how I pictured the Lords of Hell, just as a visual. And of course, you can use anything you want. But for me, I kind of visualize, because I'm digging through my drawers of miniatures to figure out what I want. And
you don't have miniatures in your drawers?
Yeah, I got miniatures in my drawers. Yeah. And the next one you did build a faction for, which was the Earthbound.
Yeah, so this one just they give you a summary in the book, a little more like they give you a quote and kind of their beliefs, and they'll list all those little special things that make them unique. And this one was interesting to me because I kind of got drawn to this one because of the devout. It's the title is a succubus. Well, I got a perfect, old D&D mini that's a succubus. So I kind of was like, I want to build around this guy. And the Earthbound are looking to escape hell permanently. And where do they want to go? They want to go to where all the goods are. They want to go to Earth.
Right. Okay. So I'm jumping to this because, again, while I was thinking of visual, I'm going to build an Earthbound cabal now, because I have the perfect idea. If you read the lore, if you haven't already, go buy the book. But in the lore, there's a method that comes to Earth and gets caught, right? So, a little cute brownie looking demon, which is playing with the kids, and that's when that all happens. So I want to build an Earthbound faction, because basically in the lore, the souls have to come willingly. They can't just go and grab them. So I think a perfect Earthbound would be brownies, fairies, like red caps, because they would fit into the earth mythology of the
Mm-hmm.
good fairies, which in this lore there aren't any good fairies.
No,
they're all demons.
Yeah, they're in disguise, trying
right.
to say, "Yeah, I got candy. Come this way."
Yeah, a little gnome, just a little gnome and a little red cap behind him, and sort of kind of like the changeling stuff from World of Darkness. That's my visual for those the fey looking creatures. So that was where I went with that one. But yeah, that's where they want to be. They want to escape and be, like you said, where the goods are.
Mm-hmm.
Why travel back and forth? So that's their big. That's their philosophy. Why try to make up a word when there's already been one given?
It's their motivation. It's their shared goal of the leader. That's what he wants, and everybody else kind of falls in line. Yeah, in a way.
And now the next faction is the best faction, the best philosophy.
Okay, I know why you're saying this too.
Because it's the best. I mean, clearly it's the best. And that is the one that I made, which is the Demented, who instead of trying to rebuild, instead of finding new leaders, they're just like, the madness is wonderful. Let's just revel in the madness. And they're super fun. They have really cool abilities. And that was one of the things you had mentioned. Some of the stuff you've got, like the quotes and different types of devout demons based on what your faction is and a different type of leader. And it's really cool because it allows you, with the different abilities of each of them, it allows you to build your own synergy in your cabal, which is really cool as opposed to, I mean, there's a lot of games that allow you
a bunch of individuals
synergy
together. Yeah. They're more of a group.
Yeah, and it's just really nice because being able to pick essences and leader abilities and relics and those kinds of things, you get to build in your own synergy. Now, I was never a big card player, Magic and all those. I never played a lot of the card games, but as I understand it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that's a lot of what those games are, is building synergy in your deck to be successful. So it really has a lot of synergy, but caveat is Demented is the best. Just put that in your wheelhouse. Show's over. We don't need to talk about any of the other ones. Okay, so not really.
They see, well, we're on the fourth one in the game, and this is the brokers. So the brokers they kind of remind me of the banker Harry Potter. They're trading and dealing in the currency of souls.
Right.
So they get their kind of bonuses are a lot of buffs. They get a plus this or a plus that, or I think they have a lot of reroll abilities when you actually, we'll go more into this in another video, when you eliminate somebody, they have some abilities that let you take their soul dice and you get to roll it and you put it on your sheet. Well, I think they have an ability that you can re-roll it if you want.
Ooh,
you don't like you don't like the outcome. So they got a lot of that manipulation type of stuff. So that's kind of neat. It makes them unique and stand out. And we're already about halfway through these factions, and it's like just kind of going over them. All this stuff is designed to give you an idea of like a vision of what they will appear like and look like. So as you're looking for models, it'll help you kind of establish the direction that you want your cabal to look like.
Right. So a bunch of business suit Wall Street dudes for your brokers.
We usually say they're all monsters over there, right?
Or you could find, there's got to be a miniature out there of a demon sitting behind a desk with papers, with little glasses on his nose, doing some sort of accounting. That would be your perfect devout right there. That would be perfect. Well, and the next one is you actually built two separate cabals. I only built the Demented, but I think I am going to build an Earthbound just because of the visualization that I have for them. But you built a Judges faction.
Yep. This is my first one I built.
Yeah, and they are all about enforcing the existing rules. They're like, there has to be
my way or the highway.
Right. There has to be rules. But I like what it says in the book. They says the entire universe has rules. Rocks fall, fire burns wood, so those are the rules, and that's what they go about enforcing. And I can visualize the kind of demons that I see. And the nice thing about that is, I know I've said that a couple of times, but with the lesser demons, you could really have anything, absolutely anything. And for me, the philosophy, when I visualize it, it's like it's the devout and the leader that I'm kind of really talking about. And you can just throw anything in for all the other guys.
Yeah, because they don't really get a whole lot of the bonus special abilities like your leader and devout would, based on, you know, the 3 types of leaders you can pick, the philosophy, like I mentioned, the essences and the relics and stuff like that. So there's a lot of variety to kind of start building, and then like you said, fill it in. But if you're playing a campaign, well, that stuff can change, because then there's more stuff that you can gain as you go.
Yes. So what's the last one?
So the last one is called The Empty, and I kind of see you building this one eventually too. These guys,
I'm not sure I appreciate that.
Well, they would go with your Demented pretty good, I think.
Oh, they might.
They basically want to see hell destroyed and unmade. So they don't really have a purpose other than it's done. It's done.
They're gathering souls to that end. That is their purpose. Nothing more than that.
Yeah. They think, you know, we're closed off. You know, it's everything. We can't repair what we had. You know, we spent a millennia building, so this is all that's left. Pretty bleak belief system, but hey, it is hell after all, right?
They don't want it to be anymore. They just want it to be a void, and
they want to burn it down.
Burn it down. That's funny. But there's a lot of different game elements too, and we've mentioned that many times. The special abilities. You've got the relics. You've got the essences. You've got all of these little abilities that all of the demons have that you can create this really cool synergy with. And it's really exciting. I'm not a list builder.
This is simple enough, I think, that even, you know, you get a taste of it, but it's not overly, you know, brain burny where it's like you're trying to mid-max your list. You're just, it's supposed to be fun. Like a lot of terms, we hear this term a lot, is the beer and pretzel type of game.
Right.
I kind of really see this as a beer and pretzel game. Even though it does have a campaign, it's still, you know, easy entry into playing, and it's not overly complicated, but they still have enough choices in there and variability that it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'll give the example is when I played 40K, I wasn't a list builder. I was this model is cool, it's going in my list kind of guy.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much cool stuff to select from when you're playing 40K. I didn't want to do that. That just wasn't my cup of tea. But with this one, like you said, the factions are small enough. Your options are limited enough that I actually sat down and I was enjoying it. I was thinking as I'm going through it, saying to myself, oh, this is kind of fun. And then wanting to build other cabals because it was fun. It was fun to do.
I mean, their sheet, you can get on their website. You guys can go and take a look at it, even if you don't have the book. That's all it is. There's really not a whole lot to your characters. Was that 4 lines for like your leader? Not a whole lot. And so you're really only concerned with 4 things on them when you're building them, and then you just fill in.
I am really excited though, is because my buddy Seth made cards for all of the essences, all of the leader abilities, all of the relics, and each one of the demon types. So that was the only thing I found myself doing when we played that first game, was flipping back and forth in the book. Of course it was new, so what do you expect? And I suspect you would learn your faction, but I'm kind of a sucker for a card anyway that I can reference. That has the rule written out.
Each unit, each model has its own little card. It's a little bit easier when you're playing to quickly reference instead of going through, like, you know, your sheets and stuff like that.
And at the time we only had the PDF too. So I don't think I would have minded flipping as much through the book, because you can stick a little piece of paper in so that you know what page you're going to. And I was on my phone. It was almost dead, blah, 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 all those kind of things. But so next time
Yep, we have
next time
3 parts for this. We're gonna.
That's right. And we're gonna go over some of the mechanics and rules, not all of them. We don't want to give you guys everything. We just want to give you guys a taste. Yeah, but we'll tell you the things that we found really unique, that were standouts in the game, that we really liked and attracted us to the mechanics of the game, and just a little bit about how it works. We'll give you one sneak peek, sneak ear info, I guess. I don't know. Is get the same color D12s for your faction, because when Seth, my buddy, and I played, we just had a bunch of different D12s. It was like, is that one yours or is that one mine? So that's a pretty good suggestion. I'm fairly confident it says that in the beginning of the book as well, to make sure you have a set that's the same color. Don't ignore that one section. If you ignore tons of other stuff in the book, don't ignore that section. That's a very important one right there for sure. But that's what we'll talk about next time, and we're looking forward to chatting with you guys about that. We may even have some campaign information to share about our first campaign game that we've started, and that'll be kind of fun. But until then, remember that you can check us out all over the place. So we're going to put this will be up on Podbean, which is our main host for our podcasting, but you can find us just about everywhere that hosts any podcast, your big ones, iTunes, Google, iHeartRadio, those places. We're all over on those. You can find us there. Like I said, Podbean is our main host. Go check us out over there and give us a follow, because it gives us a warm fuzzy inside when the number goes up. You can also check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and our Discord channel. You can also always drop us a line at indieinvasion@gmail.com if you know of a cool game that we don't know about yet, or that you just
always looking.
I'm always looking. I found one while we were getting ready to do this that a friend of the show, Jim, one of our patrons, posted a while back, maybe a couple weeks ago, and I just finally got the time to sit down and follow the link. But that'll be a whole nother conversation. Yeah. So, but if you know of any games, shoot us an email and let us know what they are. If you have any show ideas or topics you want to hear talked about, throw it to us in an email, in the Discord, something. We are always looking for ideas about things to chat about. All of those links, you can find them at our website, coastaltext.com, which is the website for Coastal Con, which is our convention that we do here in Beaufort, South Carolina every February. We do it at the end of the month. Probably the last weekend, but we're a little far out from that right now, so can't say for sure. But you can find links to our Discord, Podbean, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, all that stuff. All those links are up there. You can even listen to the podcast right there on the website. Also links to some of our sponsors, Discover Games, Unipolar Games, and our good friend Jim, the Tabletop Engineers magazine, Bexham's Bazaar, and his RPG gaming sourcebook. Also, check us out on Patreon if you would like to support us. We certainly wouldn't say no. But most importantly, the biggest thing you can do for us is like, share, and tell a friend about the podcast or the YouTube channel or whatever it is that you think that they would listen to. Because once again, we just get warm fuzzies. We're actually super excited because we have our very first video approaching 1,000 views. And we're all like, oh, that's so exciting because, you know, because why not? It's kind of ridiculous. Yes, we know, but we don't care. So, all right, guys, when you're out there playing your games, having fun, and purchasing your copy of Reign in Hell so that you can reign in hell or turn it into oblivion in the void or madness or whatever it is you want to do with your cabal, remember to prepare yourself for the invasion.